Alright, Ray, are you ready to start this nonsense?
I'm as ready as I'm ever gonna be, so, yeah.
Okay then. Let us begin. Unproductive fun times and Mortis Ghost. Fan Gamer. Caution. It is possible that certain scenes in this game may prove shocking to an unwarned public. Or maybe not. Identify
Right.
yourself.
By the way, I can't see what you're doing.
It would help if I actually streamed it to you, wouldn't it?
Yes, it would.
I am not the brightest person. You can forgive me this.
I have never claimed such accusations. There we go.
Your name is Keep, correct? Yes. Bugger off. Alright. Welcome, Keep. You have been assigned to a being called the Batter. The Batter is on a mission. Be sure that it is accomplished. We will let you both out in Zone Zero. Good luck. For more information, find the one called the Judge. Uh-huh. Basic tutorial nonsense. Let's go. There can be no living beings in Zone Zero. I deduce, therefore, that you are a figment of my imagination. Nevertheless, I will introduce myself. I am the Judge, and I am aching to know your name, my dear illusory interclutor.
I'm the Batter. I've been entrusted with a sacred mission.
Delighted, I'm sure. But I'm not addressing the body, only the soul that it harbors. What is your name, controller?
Their name is Keep. They can't talk to us. However, they can see and hear everything.
Although to me you are nothing more than an imaginary spectre, I must say that I am delighted to make your acquaintance as well, my dear Keep.
I believe we need your help.
Many people require my services, you know. Everybody loves cats. We rub ourselves against their legs and purr in a most insistent manner. They adore that.
I'm not talking about that kind of help.
I see. But what sort of help could I offer to an ectoplasmic entity?
I have a sacred mission to fulfill. I must purify the world.
There's no objective more laudable. Therefore, I agree to serve as your guide through this place, if I may be of any assistance.
Thanks.
Something something begone, demon?
Beyond foul, furry beast, to the depths of hell with you.
I'm sensing negativity. You know, I really should have grabbed a piece of paper. 1 second. As we all recall, Off is a game where it doesn't matter what you see, you better write it down, otherwise you'll come to regret it. And be running back and forth rather consistently.
Yeah, this is the old school RPG where you actually need a pen and paper.
287C. Allow me to confess that I find you quite tangible for a phantasmagorial being. Might you, in fact, be a person of flesh and blood?
I think so.
So I was mistaken from the first, and you did not even interrupt my fanciful soliloquizing. Soliloquizing? Soliloquying, whatever. Which of the two? Probably the latter. That sounds more proper, wouldn't you agree?
English is not my native tongue.
True. And you barely speak your native tongue well either.
Shut up.
I'm noting no denial. I must say, this is quite strange. You are the first living being I have ever met in this place. I have concluded, therefore, that Zone 0 was empty. It was too obvious that I was mistaken. Now then, there are other zones. In those territories, you may find yourself subject to the violent intentions of certain hostile individuals. Your sacred mission may well lead you to those places. Would you like me to acquaint you with the art of violent confrontation? Leave it to a cat. Yeah, sure, whatever. This is the battle screen. As you can see, you will find yourself placed to the right side of the screen. Meanwhile, your opponent, in this case your humble servant, will be placed on the left, positioned appropriately for single combat. As the battle begins, you will be given your first choice, blah blah blah. Attack allows you to, yep, now this is a area to practice, put the word attack to many, okay. Excellent, my dear sportive companion. But remember, the impact of your assault is determined by the level of both the batter and his opponent. Your iron volition may result in the occasional critical strike, blah blah blah. I know what a critical is. It's also possible for you or your adversaries to avoid offensive moves, exchange, etc., etc. Okay, defend. Admittedly, I am kind of just skimming through it. The best sportsmen, I believe, are subject to the cause. Yes, yes. Luck ticket. Okay. Where's the auto option? Because frankly, this is going to be rather tedious. One might even say padded if there's no auto option. Oh, this is going to be extremely tedious, isn't it, Ray?
I think I told you before, this is going to be a long day.
Oh boy. Or at least until I lose my patience. Now you are ready to dispose of all the impure obstacles standing between you and the success of your luminous mission. Provided that your intelligence is as advanced as your undeniable capacity for raining bat blows upon an innocent cat. Cats are not innocent. There is not a single innocent cat.
That is correct.
At all
This is
events, your training has not yet reached its end. Please do follow me if you would like my guidance a while longer. One, two, 6, 8, 2, and 3. Haha! Finally, after all our exertions, the eagerly awaited recompense arrives on the scene. 4, 4, 8, 2, 8, 7. See? Nice. I'm not giving you eating ASMR, I'm sorry.
It was worth a try.
Now feast your eyes upon an accessory that will prove especially useful on your purifying quest, my enlightened student and sportive friend. It is a cube floating in the air, as you have no doubt noticed. Nevertheless, you will be able to distinguish it from its fellows by the tasteless contrast forced upon your eyes by its clashing colors, which defy any sensible theory of the visual arts. Do not judge it too quickly, however, for in spite of its questionable appearance, this red cube possesses an undeniable utility. In addition to restoring your health and competence points in their entirety, it is capable of saving your progress and sending you to the nothingness. The nothingness is a place of transition outside of space itself, where you can travel from one point to another at the speed of light. Now I invite you to try it for yourself in order to discover regions more populous than this deserted place. Open your wings, my dear companion, and fly toward the zones ahead without hesitation. Your only enemy is the fear that will grip you.
Okay.
Do not worry, I too travel widely across the zones of this world, and I am certain we will meet again. Ah, yes. By the by, take this curiously named item. It is the key that will grant you entry to Zone 1. Have I explained that you can at any moment examine yourself and your inventory by pressing 3 lines together? The Leo card has been found. Okay. I get the feeling that moving at max speed will just be a headache, and I don't want to deal with it. Let's not mess with that. Come on, let's hear the creepy music. There it is.
Yeah, there's the whispering.
I find this acceptable. A little too much echo for my liking, and not enough like someone is directly whispering into your ear.
Yeah, this is a perfect opportunity to pull some of that binaural ASMR shit.
Tramway 1 is a very convenient way to travel between all the different zones of Zone 1. Damien. You know, I can't hear the name Damien without thinking of certain horror movies.
I can't. You associate that with the horror movies. So do I, but I also think about Batman's kid.
Yes. Ironically, also kind of related to certain satanic rituals.
Yes. and also it reminds me of uh, my friend's son, which is also related to some satanic rituals.
Yeah, it was the only way that guy could get a kid, I assume.
Kinda.
Tramway 2 hasn't run for a very long time.
Um, a visitor? Welcome to the smoke mines. May I ask who you are? Are you an inspector?
No, I'm the batter. I've come to exterminate the impure spirits.
The batter? Impure spirits? Are you some kind of prophet? Maybe a man of faith?
Yes, something like that.
Uh, who sent you?
Nobody. I'm being led by Keep. And that alone shows you just how bad your judgment is.
Oh, I don't know them. They must be a part of senior management. In any case, that's good. That means they approved our requests. Come with me. I'll explain your assignment.
I'm glad they kept this.
You are here in the smoke mines of Damien, in the south of Zone Number 1. Here we send laborers into deep tunnels to unearth metal from the ground, freeing trapped smoke from the depths. Using various tools, we put some of it into bottles, which the Queen sends to the other zones. The rest of it flows freely and forms the air that our lungs inhale and exhale, so we can live. It's an essential element. It's the first of the 4 elements. Because without smoke, people would have nothing to breathe. There we are, and so, well, how do I put this?
Where are the impure spirits?
Yes, there we go. There are many specters in the mines, and they are getting more and more aggressive. But, in fact, it would be better if you didn't go there because, well, the regulations forbid visitors from accessing the smoke mines. So, here's what we're going to do. There's an annex in the mines that nobody ever visits, but a miner went down there some time ago and he said he saw something strange, nothing like the usual. So I thought maybe that's where that was the leader of the specters. So there you are. If you accept, you'll go into the annex and kill the leader of the specters. Then the specters will disappear and we can do our jobs again. There you go. There we Do you have any questions?
No.
Great. Impeccable. The tunnel's right down there. I will wait for you here.
Cool, I'm going up here.
Soon I'll be promoted. I could do surveillance in Alma. I can't wait for that day to arrive. Well, well. Who do we have here? Is that not Keep and their charming Jumping Jack, the batter?
Are you the leader of the specters?
No. No, certainly not. I am only passing through, not unlike the smoke which is extracted from this pale and metallic place. However, I believe I know where the one you take for an ectoplasm can be found. To tell the truth, I am perplexed. I believe this is one of those peculiar things which is called a spherical add-on. I've tried to appropriate it myself, but the operation has failed repeatedly. But I am thinking, perhaps you, who are not of the physical order of things, could succeed in binding this spiritual entity to your own. What an exceptionally intriguing phenomenon. I must admit I remain perplexed by this unexpected metaphysical reaction. Well then, since it has chosen to accompany you, I can only advise you to make the best possible use of it. Okay. The leader of the Spectres isn't here. I fear I must respond with my sincerest apologies in the negative. Save for this add-on, I have not crossed paths with a single moving soul. Okay. Something useless cat?
Stupid creature.
Oh please, you like the cat. Well, this specific cat.
Yeah, this specific cat. And I still am of the opinion that this is not a cat. This is some weird demon that just so happens to resemble something close to a cat.
Cat trademarked. You've returned, so, have you killed the, leader of the Spectres? No, it wasn't there. Oh, really? Damn, oh gosh. Well, then, I guess I'll have to let you enter the main gorges in that case, but, the regulations prohibit it. Alright, I suppose this would be an extraordinary case as defined in paragraph 5. So, good. Well, the primary mines are on the right. There. There are phantoms down there. They keep us from doing our jobs properly. But this is my break time anyway. I respect a man who knows his break time. What are you doing here? Are you one of the mine inspectors? There are phantoms in all the tunnels. Be careful, sir. And besides, who let you in here? The regulations normally prohibit visitors from outside. You've come to eliminate the Spectres? Well, that's good news. Lamps don't always work in the farthest corridors, and since everything looks the same around here, it's easy to get lost. Show yourselves, corrupted children. I'm the voice of forgiveness, come to eliminate your wretched forms. Alright. Prepare yourselves for not pepper steak.
This is certainly not steak nor peppered. More like lightly salted. What's the name of that one piece of meat that they used to serve at school?
Salisbury steak?
Yes, lightly salted Salisbury steak.
What is with that weird voice in the background? I don't like it.
I guess this is the very strange attempt to like sound like a sample. I think maybe, not really sure.
I don't know. It's not pepper steak, that's all we can really say.
Unfortunately, so.
And this is indeed getting tedious.
All right, I completely forgot that there's no auto battle.
Yeah. My old person hands do not like this fact.
So, Here's the thing. Do you think that obviously you only playing the first bit, but do you think that the combat feels more engaging
No.
than okay?
Does it look more engaging?
Not really, no. But then
Well,
again, you're the one playing, so that's why I'm asking.
well, you're the one observing. Does it look more engaging to you?
No, it looks like a slowed down version of the original.
Emphasis on slowed down. Why did you open the door? The specters are going to attack us. Leave! Leave us right now!
We're safe here, but we'll have to try to escape once we run out of meat.
Yeah, I kinda took that. Sorry, bud.
The regulations prohibit outside visitors in the main galleries. Get out.
How rude. Alright, we obviously don't like white meat, and that is perfectly acceptable. However, white meat was specifically advertised as the music for Zone 1. Maybe there will be different music in the other zones and it will be more acceptable.
That is what I hope for.
What? Did you come from the smoke mines?
Yes.
But it's full of specters in there.
Yes.
Are you a specter?
No.
Then who are you? Were you sent here by the Queen or by Dadan?
No.
But you still know how to fight specters. You could destroy them.
Yes.
Oh, that would be great. There are specters in the big barns.
Barnes.
Yes. You are here at the metal farmsteads of Pentel on the east side of Zone 1. Our job is to cut livestock in two and extract the metal rocks from inside the carcasses.
I'm very happy they maintained these illustrations.
Also, I think you and I both played the demo. I think that the background music they chose, did they change it? Because this does sound a bit different to me.
To be perfectly honest, I do not remember.
Almost wish I recorded it. Well, either way, I like this music. It is kind of atmospheric and it fits. This is okay music. I accept the music that we're hearing now.
It's slightly ominous.
I do like slightly ominous.
Yes.
I know you do too. Heck, you're friends with me.
All the low-grade metal is discarded, forming the ground we walk on. The rest is purified and worked to create objects. Some of it is loaded into crates and is sent to the other zones also, so that they can have objects and ground too, I guess.
You're a terrible tour guide.
It's an essential element, the first of the four elements. Because without metal, people would have nothing to walk on and they would sink and drown. And so there are specters in the big barn.
I must purify the mines first.
Yes, but the barn aren't that big, and it would be good if you took care of them fast because the Queen's inspector is going to arrive at any moment, so... And please, could you do the barns first?
Alright.
Great. Thank you so much. The barns are over there to the right. They aren't that big at all. You'll see. It'll all be done quickly.
And there it is. They replaced Dopefish with Toby Fox. I mean, I get it. It's technically copyrighted material and such. I get it.
Oh well, but you didn't have to. I understand the whole copyright issue, but then again, you didn't have to tactical nuke the vibe of the game.
With the annoying dog, no less. 5 specters remain. I really do not care for this combat. I miss the auto. People didn't play off to play the combat. Nobody did. It was for the vibe and the general feel of the game, and this isn't that. I don't know. Maybe I'm just being too picky.
I mean, maybe it's one of those attempts to kind of make the actual gameplay a little bit have a little bit more depth. Which like you know, that was, if I were to have any complaints about the original, it would be precisely that. The gameplay itself isn't that deep at all. Like, everything else is pretty good and very enjoyable, but the gameplay itself is not that deep, if at all. So I guess this is their attempt at doing that. But then again, you know, when you do this sort of thing in a narrative-driven game, it kind of is at odds with itself.
Oh no, this isn't like, what's the name of that game? Hylics? Like, Hylics, at least its combat itself, the combat in itself is a visual spectacle no matter what. So even if you don't necessarily like the combat, it is visually interesting to look over. This is, I mean, the designs of the ghosts can be cool and all, but it's just not quite... not quite there, I guess, is what I'm saying. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, you know, like I said, it's I guess it's their attempt to spice up the combat of the original. But then again, you know, it as weird as it may sound, it's the speediness of the combat in the original is kind of to the service of the game, because it's a narrative experience, first and foremost. So yeah, it's making this decision is understandable, but the result is at odds with itself. If
Like
that
you
makes
said,
sense.
off itself was more of a narrative.
Yeah.
I don't know. Can't be a super critic about these things.
I am not gonna comment on that.
I am really...
Can it, you little shit?
No, yes.
How long has he been in there?
I don't know.
No, you don't know anything, do you? I could have guessed.
He will eliminate the specters.
What makes you... what makes him think he could wipe out those stupid ghosts? He thinks he's better than you. Better than the Queen.
No, I don't think that.
Shut it. I didn't ask what you thought. You all think you're smarter than the rest, but you're all the same. Anyway, that's hardly important. The ghosts will erase that prig.
That seems oddly cleanly for Dodon, but okay. You think he won't?
Of course not. Nobody but an officer of the Queen could fight these ghosts. If all of you would just listen to me more often, you wouldn't keep stepping in it.
But then, who's going to destroy them?
I could have done it.
Also, what the heck did they do to his noise? Wasn't he basically that screamy noise? Because this sounds more like a cat's purr and it's weird. I don't know, maybe I'm just going crazy.
But you don't deserve it. Too bad for you. You'll just have to solve your own problems.
No, please.
I'm leaving now. I'm going back to Alma. At least the people there are polite and not constantly talking you off when you talk.
Please don't.
Goodbye. Get out of my sight.
Why is Dodon so polite? No, don't I?
If you want to...
Bloody hell. Hashtag not my Dodon. This... I don't know who wrote this bit, but this is far too polite for Dodon.
Yeah, I remember a lot more cussing. I don't know if that's because the original is French or whatnot, but I do remember a hell of a lot more cussing and a very mean-spirited dialogue. Also, I'll be back real quick.
Okay. Yes. And the specters. The barn has been purified. That you must have been very lucky. Who was that? That was Dodon. He's the Queen's inspector. You mean Spectre? No. The Queen won't employ a Spectre, so he can't be one. But he's evil. I must destroy him. No. Don't do that. He's an envoy of the Queen. You better go complete your work in the smoke mines. Please. In any case, he's headed to Alma. No one can go there without proper authorization, so please return to the smoke mines. Alright. It's half a cow. Extracting bits of metal from inside of cows isn't my dream job, but if I do a mill, maybe I'll be transferred to Alma.
Once you've extracted everything from the carcass, you slice it. Once you've extracted everything from the carcass, you slice it up into pieces and eat the meat.
I have returned.
Welcome back. They say the metro stations are all named after important people from the past. I find it hard to imagine that such things haven't always been the way they are now. Fun fact, in the fan circles, they call these people the Elson because that's the first name that they come across in this area.
Mm-hmm.
Just thought you'd find that a fun fact. Yes, this is exactly the music I picture whenever I look at these creatures.
Yeah, this is like a jaunty tune to like have a nice walk on a sunny day. Maybe do a little jig, not necessarily the combat music to fight strange demons.
Yeah, I can't be a super critic. Hey, 69 hit points. Nice. The switch is now off. Get it? Hey, it's your boy.
The best character.
The characters are starting to pile up, aren't they? Hmm? What I'm saying is that the average player isn't asking for all this complicated, tedious dialogue. There should be more action and fewer questions. Who are you? I'm Zachary, the traditional items merchant that's necessary in any video game. Whenever you go somewhere, you'll find I show up just before you got there. But enough small talk, I'm not one of those protagonists you have to listen to for hours. So why not let me see the color of your credits? Hello, obvious not Tem Shop representation. This looks like they got off... This entire bloody interface looks like they got it off of Tumblr.
It's funny that you say that because I was about to comment how it feels that a lot of the clearly newer art that was made for this feels like it was pulled straight from like 2008 Tumblr, and I don't think that's necessarily a good thing.
How? Where did you come from? I came from the smoke mines. But how? What? But that's impossible. The lamps don't even work in there. You can't. Faith guides my steps. Faith? My mission is to purify the mines. But it seems the ghosts are especially numerous here. The specters. What is this place? You are here at the Now there's a word. Shachihata. I'll go with that. Shachihata Plastic Administration in the north of Zone 1. Our job is to fill out all these forms. Afterwards, we pack them, tie them with string, and forward them to the couriers. And there they ship the bundles, and in exchange we receive shipments full of plastic. There's a lot of liquid plastic which forms our lakes and oceans, and there's solid plastic too, which is used to make various objects. It's an essential element. It's the first of the 4 elements. Because without plastic, the world would have no limits, and people would keep walking and never stop. But you hunt the specters, really? Yes, I'm purifying the zone. The specters, I know where they come from. They all came from the Postal Service. The Postal Service? That's where they mail out all the completed forms. The problem is that no one can remember what floor it's on. Yep. So that's 10 to 5, 8. But I remember that there is... So yeah, there is a quote-unquote storage area that's mentioned in these numbers that basically gives you some extra goodies. I could. I just don't really feel inclined.
Well, I am not going to force you.
No one? I'm the batter. Where are the phantoms?
I'm. I'm very afraid. Help me.
What the?
That wasn't the stream?
Look at it. What the hell is this?
Yeah. Um. What was it that we were talking about? The Tumblrization?
What the hell? Where's my burnt? What the hell is this? What the hell is that?
Yeah, that was not good. That was a terrible change. Like holy shit.
Maybe it's his suit that's taking control of his brain.
Strange.
You know what? I'm done.